The village of Fenny Drayton in Leicestershire has this ancient circle of 28 yew trees in the churchyard of St Mary's and All Angels, and this is believed to be one of the oldest rings of yews in the country. Completely encircled by yews. Now, the remains of many Anglo-Saxon churches suggest that they planted yews in a circle around the church, which were usually built upon the central mound, or an ancient mound possibly, and the practice may go back to Druidic times. Staves of yew were kept in pagan graveyards, including in Ireland, where they were used for measuring corpses and graves. And in the Irish bardic schools, they used staves of yew to help them memorise longer incantations. The words in Ogham were cut into 4 rods of yew, and each was 12 inches long and had 8 sides. And staves of yew were also used for carving Ogham letters for magical use, according to evidence in early literature. Ogham writing is an early medieval alphabet used primarily to write the early Irish language in the 4th and 6th centuries, and it is found over in England as well. Now, the actual church was originally built in the 12th century, with much of it remodelled in the 14th, and it's in the Gothic style with some 12th century Norman features still remaining. And there was probably a wooden church here in Anglo-Saxon times. And just off the A444 is Watling Street, the old Roman road, and there's another Roman road that crosses close by. And Watling Street is said to be originally a trackway used by the ancient Britons. The route linked Dover and London on the south-east and continued northwest to Rochester, and is rumoured to have finished in Holyhead, and parts of which were later paved as one of the main Roman roads in Britain, or Britannia. Now, Fenny Drayton was, along with Wiverley just down the road, given reparations to pay for the damage done by Henry VII and his troops before the Battle of Bosworth in 1485, when over 1,000 men lost their lives on Bosworth Field close by. There's also a legend that Dick Turpin, the infamous highwayman, stabled his horse, Black Bess, in Fenny Drayton when he visited the local tavern. Now, this little bowl barrow just outside Fenny Drayton is what I came to see. For such a little nondescript little thing, it's got amazing history, interesting facts and legends. Now, bowl barrows are the most numerous form of round barrows, and obviously funerary monuments, and they date from the late Neolithic period to the late Bronze Age, and they were constructed as earthen or rubble mounds which covered single or multiple burials, sometimes with a ditch. Now, this barrow is roughly round and it measures 25 metres in diameter at the base, and it has a bit of a flat top. It's about 2.5 metres high and measures 8 metres across. But as far as I can see, there's no evidence of a surrounding ditch with this one. And it's very easy to see because it's at the side of the road, which is the old Roman Manchester Road, and it links to the Watling Street just a bit further away. Now, it could be just a pile of soil and horse muck, but why would anyone leave it positioned where it's going to be such an obstacle and eyesore? Plus, the road, Fen Lane, it's definitely ancient, and judging by the number of small ponds at either side of it, it could have been an ancient drover's road. And many of these were ancient routes stretching way back. I mean, for a start, the name of the road, Fen Lane, originates in Anglo-Saxon times, so it goes at least that far back. There were in the past several other barrows close to the site. There's very few remaining now, and Victorian antiquarians dug them but didn't leave much recorded as usual. But archaeologists say there's clear evidence that the area was cultivated or used during the Neolithic times due to flint tools being found. So this indicates it could easily be Neolithic or Bronze Age bowl barrow. I think a proper excavation is required to answer the questions posed by this site, but as it's a money-driven game, we'll probably never find out. And this lonely, insignificant-looking barrow is actually the closest to the centre of England. And the geographical centre of England, as calculated by the Ordnance Survey, is situated in the parish of Higham on the Hill, close to the village of Fenny Drayton. So this must be the most central barrow in the country. There's also a theory that it's the closest barrow to Boudica's last battle with the Romans. Now that's got to be worth a mention. Now the Roman historian Tacitus said that Gaius Suetonius Paulonius, the general, chose a position approached by a narrow define and secured in the rear by a forest, and first satisfying himself that there was no trace of an enemy except in front of him, and that the plan was devoid of cover and allowed no suspicion of ambush. Now the actual place so described by Tacitus could possibly be identified with the valley of the Anker River at Manchester, and the plan was for Boudica's host to assemble may have been the farmland between Atherton, Wiverley and Fenny Drayton. It would have been ideal to give the Roman army such an advantage over Boadicea's army. Now Watling Street near Rochester in Shropshire has also been suggested as the place of Boadicea's defeat 50 miles away. Evidence is speculative for both theories, and there is no real evidence, but there's an author, Graham Webster, his book Boadicea is quite convincing for the Fenny Drayton idea, in my mind. And why would Boadicea travel another 50 miles north? Doesn't really make sense. But it's an interesting theory anyway, and I'm glad I got to see the place at last.